dirty. You'd be like, get one of those machines, headphones on, and then the machine on your face.
You could have a CPAP and headphones. You could just look like a cyborg in sleep. Welcome back to the Jack of the Shadows podcast, season 2, episode 27. I'm Eric VC, and as always, I'm joined by my favorite Laverne and Shirley. Say hello, Adam.
Gotta have happened before.
Yes, probably. Say hello, Dave.
I'll be Shirley.
Okay, that makes me Laverne. I don't
know
the
who
taller
is
of
who.
the two, which makes no
sense. I don't
sense.
know which one is which.
Laverne's the taller of the two. Shirley's the brunette.
Oh, there we go.
Which one has
Laverne? Laverne became an
which one is
Academy
the actual
Award-winning
comedian?
director.
Yeah. Okay.
Together, we are the VC boys, and for this episode, we read chapters 13 through 18 of A Winter's Heart.
We did indeed.
The heart was wintry.
Not really. It was more balmy.
Our segments for this episode will start with our view from Dragonmount, reviewing the plot for these 6 chapters. We'll then move on to our favorite moments of the chapters and what shook your Willow, before getting into our character discussions, first with Aes Aes Baby, giving us a chance to delve into Cadsuane's cadre.
Ooh,
then
say that 10
Fear
times
of the
fast.
Dark, where we'll cover
Fear
our
of the
Forsaken
Dark.
moments in these 6 chapters. We'll then move on to Chan Chan Chan, covering
Chan.
what we know of the Shan Chan. And then we'll finally resume Matron Calthan's storyline.
Who?
So it's time
Matron
for another segment of Take Into the Mat before we wrap up with Happy Trails, our Coplin of the weekend who leveled up. So without another moment's notice, it's time to grab our favorite gas bag and float with me to the top of Tarvalin's Sky Needle for our view from Dragonmount.
Gas bag. Is that like you've had a little too much fiber? Your gas bag?
You never heard of a gas bag before? It's the title you give to somebody who's long-winded or full of hot air. Chapter 13, Wonderful News with the Rising Sun Glyph, begins with Cadsuane holding court in the Sun Palace, even though Rand has made Lord Dobrain regent of the area. Cadsuane seems to have kidnapped Caroline Damodred and Darlin Cisnera to keep them from plotting against Rand. She's arguing with Hareen Dintogara, wave mistress of the Sea Folk. It seems Cadsuane has stolen her windfinder. Cadsuane is interrogating the Sea Folk woman to learn about something they have done involving Rand. And I don't know what that is. Anyone have any guesses as to what she's trying to get out of the Sea Folk, other than maybe how they made their bargain with Rand? I have no idea what Jordan is alluding to here. Apparently neither does anyone else. That's fine. Cadsuane rudely dismisses Hareen after Soralia enters the room and has Serena escort them to their rooms with the suggestion that they not be fed for a while.
I'm okay with this.
She adds that if they give the Aes Sedai any trouble, she should spank them diplomatically.
And then the spankings.
Am I wrong? Yeah, there are spankings mentioned in these chapters.
Yes,
this
just
is
now.
the first instance of them.
There are many spankings. Yeah, it's weird.
Soralia informs Cadsuane that the last remaining of the Aes Sedai that captured Rand have sworn fealty to him, and this last group was 4 Red Aja, which is suspicious to Cadsuane. After Soralia takes the Aes Sedai apprentices into her hand, Aes Sedai apprentices in hand, Varen informs Cadsuane that the reason Aelil Riatan and Shallan Din Togara were meeting in secret was that the two had become lovers, and not because they were plotting against Rand.
If you can't be lovers, you can't be friends.
Someone responded like, it's not that big of a deal. Why would this be?
Cadsuane says it's not
it was
that big of a deal.
Cadsuane saying that?
Yeah. But she also knows how prim and proper these two cultures are.
Cadsuane apparently likes the lesbians. She's pro-culture.
Cadsuane decides to use this to blackmail Aelil, even though she doesn't think it's any big deal. She knows that these two women are going to be terrified of this word getting out, so she wants to use that information to see what she can learn about the women's rebellious brother Torum.
Pillow friends.
Torum Riatan has been trying to gain the Sun Throne
That's
for
what they
much
were called,
of this
pillow
story.
friends. That's great.
She also will use the information to blackmail Shallan and learn what she can about the Sea Folk.
Smart lady.
Corella then enters the
person
and tells Cadsuane that Dahmer Flynn has now healed Igraine, demonstrating further his ability to reverse stilling.
Wow. This guy.
Was he just like riffing off of Nynaeve? Well, he did talk to Nynaeve about how it had been done. So previously,
we've seen him heal before. This is the second instance of him healing. So
who was the first?
I don't remember. I just know that it was done.
It happened. It was a guy.
Narishma then comes rushing in to inform them that Alana has fainted. While swiftly
we all
walking
know what that's about.
to Alana's side behind Narishma, Cadsuane is interrupted by Lord Dobrain, who informs her that Lady Caroline and High Lord Darlin have left Lady Arlen's palace and are on a riverboat to Tyr. Darlin is to be Rand's steward in Tyr, and Dobrain has had the Lady Arlen escorted away so that she can't be used as a puppet for another rebellion. Cadsuane is surprised that Dobrain has had the temerity to actually admit to thwarting her plans by this interference with these two royals.
You young meddling whippersnappers!
Upon arriving at Alana's side, Narishma says that she seems afraid to wake and no one can heal her to consciousness. Cadsuane then has them all sit and wait for Alana to wake up.
Apparently, it's very powerful.
Or maybe it's something else. And
both of them.
Something we don't suspect. The scene then shifts to Demandred, Grendel, Osengar, and Erengar sitting in a room near Shale Ghul discussing their plans. We learn Osengar and Demandred were to be watching Rand and Kyrian, and it seems Demandred had put Osengar in charge of that failed assassination attempt by the Ashaman. The group is somehow aware that Rand is trying to cleanse what they call the Dark One's shadow on Sidin, and Grendel suggests that if Rand succeeds, Shaitan will no longer trust male channelers because they won't need his protection to channel Sidin.
Great little line there.
Plots within plots.
Moradin then enters, followed by Sindane, and we learn he is the one who's called the meeting. And Sindane informs them of Rand's plan to use Nynaeve and the Chedan Khal to cleanse Sidin. He states that once Rand starts using the Sangreal of Legend, the group will find him and capture or kill him. Which takes us to Chapter 14, What a Veil Hides with the Seanchan Helmet. The chapter opens as Tuon sails on the Victory of Kidron as part of the Ryagel, the Seanchan homecoming. So the Careen has begun. As Tuon is dressed by her maid, Selucia, we learn a little more of the severities of Seanchan culture. Selucia is a type of spy/bodyguard for Tuon. And Tuon decides to wear a veil rather than a skull cap, which has some sort of cultural significance we slowly learn throughout the chapter. It seems she is to be treated as the High Lady Tuon when wearing the veil.
Yeah.
Whoever she is.
We find out who she is.
Whoever she is. Yeah.
She's upset this morning because last night she lost her temper and punished one of her damane named Lydia for giving her a foretelling that she didn't like.
One of her favorite
Lydia,
ones.
my Lydia.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Have you met Lydia? Tuon leaves her apartments to survey her damane. She recommends Lydia be rewarded as an apology for her actions the night before and heads up on deck to speak to her truth seeker Anath.
Just like a good little pet.
Great.
When she reaches Anath, she's given quite the public lecture about her bad behavior.
She should have gotten a spanking.
And then Tuon asks Anath to commend Suroth for her incredible success and also look into her ambition.
Well, yeah, the ambition.
Seems to be the way with these folks.
Ask her 5-year plan.
Well, no, Adam, it's a 30, 60, 90
Make sure that her 5-year plan doesn't include anything that might interfere with my 5-year plan is more of the insinuation here.
Indeed.
Reach
Tuon
high,
asks
but
Anath,
not too high.
Before the chapter concludes, we learn Tuon wants to have Rand kneel to the crystal throne before Tarmin Guyton, and the chapter ends by telling us Tuon is of Artur Hawkwing's blood and the daughter of the 9 moons.
Wah, wah.
I'm pretty excited about it.
I think we've heard that.
I don't know why you're
wah-wahing excited about that.
I'm excited about it.
That's the
chapter
doom
15.
Of Matt.
In need of a bell founder. With the dice glyph, speaking of Matt.
Hey.
The chapter opens, and
What
it's
a
been a
segue.
week since Rand battled the Seanchan in the outskirts of Altara. Matt discusses fireworks with Eludra, who he encountered with the arrival of Alan Luca's menagerie to Ibudar.
I'm just glad to have Matt back.
He's still trying to learn how fireworks work, but the former Illuminator won't give up the guild's secrets, though she's been expelled by the guild after the chapter house blew up when Rand fled there to escape the Trollocs and the Dark Friends.
She's been
And it
seeming
was
to give up other
smooching,
things.
And
Yes.
I'm glad
Not
that
in
he's
this
learning this
chapter.
stuff still. I know, but I'm just... it
Eludra
doesn't
gets a
matter.
sense that Matt is hiding something and threatens to
see up in the
clobber him
mountain.
with a wooden pestle.
Yep.
Matt tells her that he has heard a rumor that the Shan-Chan destroyed the main Illuminators chapter house in Tanchico and
Smooching
enslaved
everybody.
all the
Mo with the
Illuminators.
gimpy leg.
The guild is gone.
The guild is gone.
It's not true.
Say
Matt's-
it ain't so.
That's really sad. We're not
Matt's
talking
done-
about
yeah.
that later.
He's discussed
That's
this
rough.
with her as part of a ploy. He's trying to learn the secrets of the fireworks so that he can use them as weapons against the Shan-Chan. Yeah,
Sure.
Eludra seems to take it in stride, though. Doesn't seem to bother her
She's
too much.
great.
Matt was really hoping that she'd break down and just give up all of the Illuminator's
Give
secrets.
up all the everything.
But that does not happen.
I really like this person.
Yes, as you should.
Eludra finally tells Matt to leave, but not before letting him know she will tell him all of her secrets if he can tell her what she would use a bell founder for.
Yeah.
And away Matt goes.
Are we talking about this later?
I mean, not really.
Any idea what that would be?
Well, we know what a bell founder is, but we don't know why it has anything to do with that other than smelting. A bell founder is used for smelting. It's
Making
used for
of
forming bells.
Iron objects.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Well, he
if
does.
I would have
he
read that,
does
that would have
comment
made
Or
more
about-
silver
sense.
objects.
He does.
Yeah,
Matt
yeah,
does
yeah.
specifically comment on what he wants to do with it.
Well, that's talked about
No,
later
he comments
too.
on what he wants to use her knowledge for.
Right.
He has
Yeah.
no idea what the bell founder is for whatsoever.
Right.
For her sake.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy because we meet that other guy later on who is doing specifically that. Okay.
Well, that's why we meet the other guy. Matt is
Yeah.
He's on
seeking
the
out
hunt.
bell
Yeah.
makers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
This makes way more sense to me right now.
It seems Matt has found his way back to the Tarizan Palace in Thailand. Matt finds Ulver, but right now he's out.
Ulver,
He's
indeed.
outside of
Can we get rid of
Ibudar
this
in the
guy?
outskirts.
You and I see, Adam. You and I have a pact with Ulver. Eric is like buddy chummy with him. We can't stand him.
Matt finds Ulver and brings him to Tom, who has just been talking with Val and Luca. Matt's been trying to use Luca as a way to get out of Ibudar, but Tom tells him Luca wants to charge them a small fortune and won't leave Ibudar in any case until the spring. Ulver asks that they return to the
Luca.
palace, and the chapter ends as Matt hears the dice start to roll like thunder in his head. Which takes us to chapter 16,
And the
an
thunder rolls.
unexpected
What a great
encounter
song.
with the Wheel of Time glyph. So Matt and Ulver Matt, Ulver, and Tom enter Ibudar, and we get an idea of Ibudar under Shan-Chan rule. Not much has changed. Merchants are free to trade, even though 1 in 10 of them arriving by land will have their horses taken for outdated fees. People mill about in the streets with the occasional Shan-Chan patrol.
Milling.
The gates are watched by Damane, who will capture any Aes Sedai entering the city. Next to the gates is a display of the heads of violent criminals and rebels. All in all, however, things are fairly normal. The group enters Ibudar to find it jammed with a ton more Shan-Chan and Shan-Chan merchants selling foreign livestock. Tom tells Matt that the return has started while they were away. Matt tells Tom and Beslin to take Ulver, but Beslin
Take
resists.
him to a river.
We learn from him that his mother has had to swear oaths to the. We learn from Beslin that his mother has had to swear oaths to the Empress, and Beslin proposes that they start a guerrilla war in the land to keep the Shan-Chan busy.
I like that kid.
Matt lets him leave in a huff and sends
I
Tom
just
after
like
him with
Beslin.
Ulver.
Beslin's great.
Yeah. Beslin's great.
Yeah, Matt likes Beslin as well. He just doesn't want Beslin to get himself killed. That's all.
And he also
he
doesn't like
also
the fact
doesn't
that
like his
Beslin knows about him and his mom.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The dice rattling in
Little
his
bit.
head, Matt takes the alleys to avoid the crowds on his way back to the palace. In an
To the
alleyway
alleys!
adjacent
Go
to the Malhara
underground!
square near the palace, he's attacked by a golem.
Stop. Golem time.
He's attacked by the golem. Matt uses his fox medallion to keep the golem at bay, and then Noel Sharon appears, and the thing disappears through a missing brick in a wall.
That's not creepy.
All in all,
Thankful for the stranger's help, Matt invites Noel back to the palace with him.
Noel and his quick wit. And his gnarled
he does
hands.
have a quickness.
Chapter 17,
no.
Pink Ribbons with the Dice Glyph.
Oh boy.
Chapter 17 begins as Matt takes Noel back to the Red Arm barracks. He offers the remaining Red Arms the opportunity to leave the city and flee the golem, but no one takes him up on it. So he leaves Noel with them. The man appears to be a gleeman by his storytelling prowess and runs into Julian, to whom he makes the same offer with the same result.
Julian can't be bothered.
Matt enters Tylen's
Julian is
rooms
up to
only to
something.
discover that she has the company of
Tappy
Suroth and
Tapperoo.
Tuon, and the dice come to a thundering halt in his head in a way that has
Done.
never happened before.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he is surprised.
We know why.
Kells
We know
does.
why. He spends the rest of these chapters
How
trying to
many-
figure it out.
What was the first
we have a
mention of
whole
this
thing to
woman?
talk about, Matt.
This
Yeah,
could
yeah,
go
yeah,
on
yeah.
in perpetuity for as long as
Tuon
much
uses
as we know.
Matt's
In
appearance as an
perpetuity.
opportunity to criticize Suroth's handling of Ibu Dar because Matt looks disheveled and she thinks it means the streets aren't safe. And she also remarks on Suroth's
so
handling of
funny.
Rand's attack.
These comments about, oh, you're pretty messy looking. You better beware where you go back to.
I mean, she's not wrong. There's a golem
Nope.
running around the streets are not safe.
Anath
Well-
retorts that anyone could have lost the battle to Rand and that Tuon should be a little bit more sensitive when dealing with Suroth. Tuon then takes more notice of Matt and offers to buy him from Tylen.
They both can be brought to the lake.
Amazing.
Tylen informs Tuon that Matt is free and not to be bought. Tuon then dismisses Matt from her mind and assures Tylen that she will become one of the blood and given rule over a land so large she must be shown on Tuon's maps.
I highly disagree. She did not dismiss him from her mind.
She then
we'll
suggests
get there.
that they retire.
I know, but it's
Tuon
not the
then
right.
suggests they retire to her chambers to look over the maps. Before they leave, Matt has a quick word with Tylen trying to
Sounds like a
determine
good time.
who Tuon is. But the queen knows no more about that than Matt does, except that she scares Suroth and is scared by Anath. The woman leaves Matt, and Matt is left to wonder why the dice came to a thunderous stop and nothing happened.
Yeah, crazy.
Which leaves us with Chapter 18, An Offer, and the Sean Chan helmet. Our final
Interesting.
chapter of the week opens the following morning, and Matt heads out to find a place to slowly stash enough money to flee Tylen and Ibu Dar forever.
It's fantastic.
He
I love
wanders
it.
around in a
got his
bit
own
in
little
his
bank.
thoughts and suddenly finds himself outside the old wandering woman.
I love it.
The Wandering Woman,
Back
which
to
we
where
were
it
still
all
naming him.
began.
Yeah.
He
They
heads
got
inside
there.
and asks
He's
the
like,
innkeeper
he's
Sitel-
finding nooks
crannies.
crannies in this place.
Well-
that'll be good.
He's not. His
That'll end well.
Yeah.
Tavern. Yeah, it's his Tavern luck that
Oh.
makes all this happen.
Oh, I thought it was
Sure.
the innkeeper.
That's why he winds
Yeah.
up there. He's not looking around.
Oh,
He's just
I see
wandering
what you're
around,
saying.
and
I
that's
see
where
what you're
he
saying.
ends up.
I'm saying inside that tavern, he's just looking at nooks and crannies because he's just finding places to hide his stuff. It's great.
He asks the innkeeper Sitelanan if she has a place where he can set aside his hidings, and the fact that he would like to. He asks the innkeeper Sitelanan if she has a place where he
There's so
can
much
set
to say
aside
about
what he
that.
would like to leave Ibu Dar with, and she tells him she does. For the price she demands, he has to do a twirl to show himself to her in his new tight breeches.
Oh boy.
Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Sexual objectification of the
I
men.
do not get. Ugh.
Matt returns to the palace and meets with his two servants, Harnan and Metwin, who have found his old clothes. They were hidden away in Beslin's old toy chest.
They're moldy.
Matt.
Are they moldy?
One of them
'Cause
was
they-
moldy. Some of
Yeah.
them
I
are
was
moldy.
curious how
Some of them
what's
are just
happening with
dusty.
these clothes.
I
Like,
don't know.
Well, they've been hidden
just-
away for months.
months and your clothes
Yes.
get moldy in months? Are they
Uh,
hanging out in subterranean
these-
waters?
Well, it's very warm and humid there, and these clothes are all wool. So they're
I
more
guess.
Well,
prone.
no, that
they're
the
more
thing
prone
that's
to
great about
insects.
wool. No,
yeah,
the thing that's great about wool is that if it's not going to get
handles that.
moldy.
Yeah.
I just want to look inside that closet. It kind of
toy
reminds me
closet?
of our basement toy closet.
Right,
I'm
yes,
sure it's pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty big.
It's wooden.
It's got to have some sweet stuff in
doesn't
there.
quite
I'll bet it
open
does.
right.
Yes.
Is there a Joe car hiding around inside that? A mini
No.
Joe car?
It's in a stasis box
No.
in there,
yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
No, just things made of wood and iron
and mold.
and probably gold and silver.
Maybe
And
some
bronze.
silverfish.
Just mold.
Yeah.
Later that day, Matt finds a bell maker to ask what they might have to do with the Illuminators, but the man has no idea
There we
what
go.
Matt's talking about and quite honestly finds him annoying. He returns to Eludra, who snuggles with him a little, but will not give up her secrets until Matt can actually unravel the Bell founder mystery.
I mean, she snuggles with him a little more than a little.
He's giving up some smooches.
Matt goes back to Thailand, who is slowly making accommodations to the Sean Chan. She's now lacquering 2 of the nails on her hands, and eventually she's going to be shaving the side of her head.
Oh, boy.
She thought it's so strange. That is just mentioned. She just thought about it, but I'm not going to do it quite yet. Oh man.
Well, she is
This
going to do it.
bad
She's
news.
just taking her time because she has to get used to the idea.
Yeah, but she's gotten promised a lot of stuff.
Yep. By foreign powers.
Yep.
She also seems to be aware of Matt's infidelities with Eludra. How she's getting this information, I have no idea.
Where'd you pick that up? Oh, I didn't
pick
catch
that
that.
up at
I
all.
didn't pick that up. It's stated in the narrative. She is changed out all of the servants now. There are no longer any young servants.
Oh, right.
They've
Yeah,
gotten
yeah,
older, and she's started taking to thrusting that knife into her bedpost, and now she's using it as a way to let her servants know that she needs to summon Matt.
What is the servant
Interesting.
have to do?
I didn't even think about the fact that it would have been a
Matt-
Ludra. I just thought that this was
No.
commonplace what
Yeah.
she would do.
No,
period.
no, it is Matt directly suspects that she knows something, though he can't imagine how, because he no longer has any attractive women as servants, and she's gotten aggressive with this knife as if to
Yeah,
threaten
I remember
him.
that.
I'm going
I
to
just
disagree
don't
with this
remember it.
statement.
Yeah, I don't remember it having anything to do with him thinking it was a Ludra.
Yeah, I think it's just.
Well,
I think it was
she sees
just-
him
He
hitting
mentions-
on-
he mentions the one, and then this immediately follows, and it is
Yeah.
and it's mentioned because he is suspicious of why this is happening. The chapter begins to wrap up with things going well for Matt, other than that he sees Tuon more often than seems normal, and she's always looking at him.
Yeah,
the
just
golem,
down
popping up around corners.
the golem hasn't made any appearances, and his servants are secreting away his money and clothes.
But didn't they say they heard about the golem?
Wolf.
Strange
There was a
death
wolf
sound
attack.
yes,
of-
yes.
Whether
Yeah.
there aren't
Ripped
any
open
wolves.
somebody's throat out in the woods outside.
So we know
I
it's
love the
not
fact he
far
thought
away.
he was like city folk.
But at this point,
They
it's
don't
been a
know
little
this.
while since even that's happened. The
Yeah.
but the
Long
security of the money
He's full.
starts to worry Matt. And
Yeah.
though he's been avoiding the wandering
Weird.
woman, he returns to check on the money, much to his chagrin. And that's where the chapter ends. We have no idea why there is a problem when he returns the money.
And
Did
why
they
We'll
say-
learn that next episode.
Do we
Did they
even know
say
why he
that
was
it's-
trying to avoid it? Like, what was his reason for avoiding it?
He doesn't
He-
want to
he
raise
said
suspicion.
Raise suspicion. Right. Okay, that's right.
But did Jordan write that it's something that he would think about in a long time after that? Why he did
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happens
Interesting.
is a big deal.
Yeah.
It leads to further things that we know not of.
Dave,
Well, I
what
think
shook
we
your
do.
willow?
The pink ribbons. I don't know. There's some strange things going on in that bedroom with pink ribbons,
I'm good.
and then which pink ribbons leads to pink clothes.
Well, right. That's what I
All
was
the
going to say. There's a
clothes.
lot of pink.
Yeah.
I
Pink
mean, the
is
chapter's
not
called
his
Pink
favorite
Ribbons.
color.
But we have had an allusion one time before to the fact that there was one moment when she had him dressed up like a girl. Now, I don't know that this is that, because it
Yeah,
seems to be
no.
men's clothes that
Right.
he has that are in pink, but the
Yeah.
ribbons
He has a
seem
cape.
to suggest otherwise.
The pink cape would be amazing. But then he burns them all.
Well, wouldn't
What?
you?
I'm not
He's
the
not
cape. The
happy
cape
with
sounds
having to
awesome.
do it. He's being forced to do this.
Right.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean-
happy
This shouldn't
about it.
surprise you that he burns them
Except
all.
he says that he
He's
enjoys
forced,
his
right.
time.
He's forced to start with.
He
Then he's like,
actually
and then I
likes-
was distracted.
Yeah, but he actually likes the intimate moments with her. He likes those, but he just doesn't like the fact that he's. I don't understand why he's even doing this.
We've explained Matt's psychology before. I mean, it.
Well, I know. Then yeah, it's just don't. Well, I'm just don't complain about it as much. As
Agreed.
he
Yeah, but he doesn't like
That's all
he
I'm
doesn't
saying.
like being objectified. I mean, this is
Even though
this
he
is
does it
just-
himself.
He does.
Right? Yes,
He
that's
does.
the whole point of
Yeah.
all of it. That's
No,
the
no,
whole
I
point
know.
of this whole.
I
interlude.
know. I realize that. It's just a. It's,
But that's what
I
shook my
love
Willow.
Matt. He's my favorite. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
he's
a
my
great
favorite
one.
too, and it's just
I'm sure. There's wondrous fanfic about this. Maybe we should write it, Dave.
there you go. There you go.
The funny thing is, my Willow is a bit on topic with yours. Mine is the fact that his cape is always showing off ample booty.
He does have the bouncy booty butt.
Yeah, like what's up with his butt? Must be just marvelous.
Bubble butt.
Remember,
Everybody's wanting to see it.
Everyone.
First of all, remember what these people dress in.
It's a
Most
well-turned
men are
calf.
wearing leggings.
He's
okay,
like well turned.
and some leggings are tighter than others, and this is what has happened is that Tylen has now put him in
interesting.
much tighter clothing.
You know what I picture? It
Even
is?
tighter than she put him in before.
I missed this. I didn't even think about the fact that they would just be tighter and tighter. I thought it was just a shorter cape.
Oh, she's showing
two
up. Probably both.
Two
Well, I
things
know that
happened.
because he has to spin around for the other one
his
too.
His coat is also higher, right?
He's min.
Sure.
So she's done two things to him. Yeah.
That
Min
means
with her
that
short coat.
his sheath is also shown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some good
His sheath
alliteration
is
there.
shining.
But
Not to be saying like shorn sheep.
and that's one of the reasons why
Sure
he's
sheep.
wearing this cape, by the way.
I would be
Yeah,
wearing like a
Because
robe.
It's unusually cold there.
The winters are remarkably mild.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
unusually
Margaret,
cold there,
suck
but
it.
he's also wearing the cape to kind of cover up.
Yeah,
my Willow was in chapter 18. I think Roselle is finally starting to get an idea of exactly how old Olver is.
Oh my
I've seen
gosh!
the phaser.
Yeah, that's great.
She's a little surprised.
Yeah,
She-
how old is he?
9,
Almost 10.
He's
No, he's almost 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she is caught a little off guard. We
Yeah,
get the
put
we
her
get
in
the
put her in jail.
She's a
goes
bit
to
of a
jail.
hoe.
There are a lot of these folks that need to go to jail.
Remember, first of all, she's thought he's a lot
Ulver's
younger.
this
Over
charming.
looks a lot younger than he actually is, and that's the reason why he's getting away with all of this.
Oh, see, I was taking it the opposite way around.
The opposite
No,
way.
they
The
think he's a
absolute
little
opposite
innocent
way.
boy, and he's not.
Oh.
What little innocent boy makes these comments that he makes?
I don't
Well,
think that
when you hear
I
those
do
types
not-
of things coming out of somebody who you think is 6 or 7, it's a
Have
little
you
cuter.
ever heard those types of
We've-
things coming out of the mouth of a 6 or
We've
7
had this
year old?
conversation. This is why we're
Yes.
this is why we're team anti-Ulver.
Yes.
This is exactly why
Don't get
we're
me wrong,
anti-Ulver.
Ulver is creepy. Ulver is like one of those
Ulver
horror
sucks.
stories where the marionette turns out to be a real small Russian girl that's been living in your house the whole time.
I'm not a cookie,
Like
I'm a
I mean,
boy.
it was
he's
just an
terrifying.
adopted daughter. Yeah,
And ugly, to boot.
big old ears. He's
And big
and a
mouth.
Grin
weird
as
wide
wide as
mouth.
his face.
Right.
Yeah, because he's scary as.
I picture him
Yes.
as like the Mad
Tuppence.
Magazine guy.
Right, Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah.
Alfred.
Oh, that guy's.
That's over E.
Yes,
Newman.
that's how I picture
No,
him
that's
also.
what we're
calling him.
oddly
Thanks
enough.
for that.
From
Now that's
now
stuck
on.
in my head. I was more like a troll doll.
Who, me?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I
That
don't
would
want.
be his
I don't want
response.
Alfred.
Well, that's
I
what
don't want
Alfred E.
that
Newman
Mad
says.
Max guy.
I know that's what he
wanna-
says.
Yeah,
I'm saying
Mad
Ulver's
Magazine,
new
not Mad
response.
Max. This is not. This is
Right.
not
No.
He's not eating human flesh.
right.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's surprised, and we get the suggestion that she doesn't change her behavior, but nobody has witnessed this directly.
She's just waiting
so
for Tom to show up later.
We'll see.
True.
We'll see
True.
how things
True.
flesh
And
out
good for
there.
Tom.
So those are our Willow
Tom
moments.
or
Let's do a
anybody.
little Aes Aes Baby. Boom, 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 ba-da-dum, boom.
No. It's dum dum
Dum,
dum
dum, dum, da-da-dum.
I.
So Cat Swain has gathered the 5 Aes Sedai that she has around her because they were part of the group that captured Rand
Just gathered the 5
and
rings.
then swore fealty to him.
Can totally be trusted.
There is something about the way she originally believed these women, but there's something about the way that they've been describing the reason that they've chosen to swear allegiance that she doesn't think is true. Now, obviously, if they're Aes Sedai and not Black Aja, they have to be telling the truth to some degree. But that doesn't mean that it's the whole truth.
It doesn't mean Cadswain's full of the whole truth either.
Yeah,
Huh?
well, we can get to that in a second.
Okay.
But does it is odd. I mean, it's surprising because some of these
Yeah.
women swore right away, which was also surprising. It's not surprising that the Reds waited and waited. And
Taviran.
who
Paul.
knows? Maybe, or
You
maybe
think
these
so?
women are up to
Interest-
something.
okay.
Or maybe, well, they can only be
Gotta
up to
stop
so
saying
much
interesting.
unless they're Black Aja, like you said.
Right, and I don't think
then
they're
all of
I
them?
don't. I don't. Right, I don't think they're all Black Ajah. I think
But
that
there could be one.
Right, sure.
Yeah,
Or
but
two.
but they also might have agreed to some
Or
other sort of
1.5.
clandestine plan
They may have.
that doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily involve like assassinating Rand, but could involve in some way, using him to their own purposes, whatever they are.
Nefarious.
And, you
These-
know what? And
all
I think
these
I do
folks-
remember a conversation of these women wanting to use Rand to get back at Elida for doing this to them.
Weren't the,
Or
I
is
think
that
those
the
were-
other group? That's the other group. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's the group at the Black Tower. Never mind. Yeah.
Quick.
And I have no problems with that.
But it could be something along those lines.
It'd be even better if they carried a shank with them.
A lot. Some we're gonna get into this a little bit later, but some of Elida's doings are really going to come back. Some of the
Some.
women that she has mistreated specifically are going to come back to hurt her
I sure hope
because
so.
some of them have been taken up by the Sean
can't wait
Chan. We'll get into
For
that
her
in a
to get
second.
hers.
So, upon entering Cad Swain's sunroom, Soralea is
like
giving
that, though.
Varen a tasteless sleeping potion.
Just-
Did anybody else catch this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's apparently they're in cahoots.
tasteless-
Why?
No. Well, they
Well,
are.
well-
They are. They have no. That's Cad Swain and Soralea. Remember, it's what she says is, here's this tasteless sleeping potion. A little bit too much will make
Yeah.
somebody sleep for a day,
Or
and
you
more
could
than
die.
that will make somebody sleep forever.
Yeah.
Or you could die.
That's not just in there for no reason. Varen has just been given an almost undetectable poison.
I've seen this before, in a
I kind
movie
of took
that
it
we've.
as something almost similar to what the Elaine and I need the fork root type of a thing. But
Well,
like
too
but like
much
the,
fork root also can really
right.
kill,
So
hurt
to me, it's
someone.
like the Aiel version of fork root.
Well, no, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't. I mean, I see the analogy.
No,
but
fork
it
root
doesn't
takes
do anything to
everything
Aes
away.
Sedai, and
Yeah.
we've, or at least I have had my suspicions of Varen, and now Varen has this poison. Well, this sleeping drug. I just feel like
hope
this is the way that Jordan works. Is he sneaks
that
stuff
you were
in
wrong.
here,
I wasn't reading into it that much.
and so let's keep an eye
Oh
out
no!
for somebody
I heard
who
the fact that this was
dies.
mentioned. The fact that this was mentioned that this is something that you can drink, and if you take too much, you just might not wake up again.
I
it's
know
not great.
I didn't have an issue
Well,
with
and
that.
it's
I wasn't reading
tasteless.
into having to do with Varen that much.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It's
hold out hope for
undetectable,
Varen. I like
so-
Varen.
Yeah, it's just another one of those. There are
All
a bunch
these
of these
people-
concerning things that
I
keep stacking up in
don't-
Varen's corner for
But
me.
I think
If-
that happens for every single woman, with the exception of one who has been around Rand. Every single woman wants something from Rand, and they're
Oh, sure.
all questionable.
That's true. Except for
Yes.
men.
It's just Varen has been better at insinuating her way into things than some of the other women have.
Because she's far less direct.
She's a lot more
well,
savvy.
she's less direct, but she also sees more than anyone else, and she's in
Yeah,
like
she's
putting
incredibly
herself in
observant.
And
situations.
she's here, there, and everywhere.
Right,
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. She puts herself in situations that she knows are important. But I really hope you're wrong.
Yeah.
Eric.
So we also learned that Cad Swain has been gathering the major group that she has around herself since Moiraine's arrival in Shinar in the very first book. So we've
crazy.
talked a lot about when she sort of activated, because she comes through, she comes into the story about a quarter of the way through or thereabouts, out of the wild, right? I mean, we had a conversation last
Absolutely
episode about
out of the wild.
was she actually retired? A lot of people believed that she was dead, and she had sort of just retired on her own, but it was Eye of the World and the arrival of Moiraine and Rand in Shinar that aroused her suspicions and reactivated her.
So
What
she
was
did
she
retire
doing?
on her own, like we were talking about last time.
Yes,
Yeah.
she wasn't retired. She retired.
What are you?
Which
what
is
was
really
she
just
doing?
she just
though?
left or stopped working, and I don't think anybody even was
on
aware
a,
of it.
She was on a
initially.
farm of her own.
Gardening. She's
Yeah.
probably gardening. Yeah. Tending to the bees.
We also get introduced to a
Of
new yellow Aes Sedai here, Maurice Heindel, who we've never run into before, and is somebody that is held very dear by Cat Swain.
Yeah.
This chick is.
So that was a brand new name.
Probably old.
Probably.
Well, she's highly trusted, so my guess is she's been around Cat Swain for a while. So yeah,
4
she's
weeks.
probably not young.
She's proven a lot in those 4 weeks.
Was there anything in these chapters to further arouse either of your suspicions of Cat Swain?
It didn't. I didn't have anything that lessened it. So for me, it was just kind of a plateau thing.
Sure.
In terms of what? You think she's dark?
She clearly plans
Do you
to
think
use
she's-
Rand.
Right.
Yeah,
she's
do you
got
think she's
different than the
designs.
everybody
tower.
is planning to
Right.
use Rand though?
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's,
Well-
she's got designs.
Not everyone. There are plenty of royals who have been used by Rand. The people who plan to use Rand seem to
If
be
they had to-
the wise ones, which is Soralea,
I
Cat
suppose
Swain, Egwene, Elida, and the Forsaken.
You know who we haven't heard of for a while is the
Maury
White
did.
Cloaks.
Who's the Forsaken?
Whom? The White
The White
Cloaks.
White Cloaks.
Well, remember, they
Pedro
were,
Niall is dead.
and
Well, yeah, I know,
their
but-
home city was destroyed.
Yeah, they've been overrun by Dragonsworn.
You think?
But that's
Well-
for another. It's
Okay.
another
But,
conversation.
We've still got Galad out there somewhere.
I don't know. Yeah, Egwene wants to use him. Like everybody wants to use him.
yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Anybody
I think it's
anybody who
probably
is
part
a
of the
power
prophecy,
broker
but-
wants to
Yeah.
a real power broker like the upper final tier is thinks that they know better. Is essentially what it is.
crap.
So Cat Swain doesn't appear to be afraid of anything, but we're going to get into some fear of the dark.
Fear of the dark.
So
Yes, let's.
I'm pretty impressed with Cat Swain, but
yeah, so am I.
I don't like
Yeah.
her.
But I get it. I didn't like her at first either.
I think, yeah, go ahead.
We are
Eric.
reminded that Demandred, Semirog, and Masana have an alliance with each other. Though Demandred is starting to second guess that alliance at this point.
And this is the first time we've heard from Demandred in quite some time. We haven't had him in books.
since Rand attacked Ilion, right? Because wasn't Demandred no.
No.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. We've seen him talking to Semirog and Masana, who are not here for this meeting.
I don't even think we've seen him talking to them in
No, we haven't, because usually we see Grendel
One or the other.
and this other group meeting with each other. Now, most of the men of that group are dead.
are dead. So maybe she
So
shifted alliances.
The group is getting smaller, and now Moradin is the nameless, so he can force them to gather. So they're no longer just gathering in their own factions. Now Moradin is having them meet for
Just hanging
these
out
purposes.
outside the door.
yeah.
Tillian
And then
needs to
we've got-
walk in.
Then we've got all the new Forsaken in here too.
Well, only no, we've met them all.
The-
You're saying
right,
the new
yes.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah, yeah.
names.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't had them meet with this entire. This is the first time they've met with this group.
All
They've
in the
met
same
with
room,
right.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And so we get some development and confirmation of the suspicions we had of who Erengar and Osengar were. It basically gets
Yeah.
confirmed here that they are
Agenor and
Agenar and Balthamel.
Balthamel.
Yep. Love that name.
Demandred has already thought about the suggestion that Grendel made that once the taint is cleansed, Shaitan will be suspicious of the men who can channel because they will no longer need his protection.
Yeah.
We
You're like,
sort of
and do you
talked
think
about-
that's going to be good for you?
Right.
I think it's probably.
But my counter to that would be, what about you women? You don't need any protection from him. Why does he trust you?
Yeah, why are they? I don't think he trusts anyone. And
No.
Well, no, Demandred is concerned because this was a problem during the
Oh,
War
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Power where several of the Forsaken were killed by Shaitan because he just, like Tuon with, what's-her-face, with the High Lady Suroth, Shaitan started to suspect some of these Forsaken men were getting a little too ambitious.
I mean, maybe it just goes to a weird sort of a dark one sexism.
Yes.
and we and
I
not,
think
not
that's
just that,
precisely what it is.
but we also know that the women aren't as strong as the men. They just aren't. some of the women are stronger than some of the men, but the strongest woman is not stronger than the strongest of the male Forsaken.
I think that Lanfear was supposedly the strongest of all of them.
No, she was the strongest of the female Forsaken and stronger than some of the weaker male Forsaken, but she's not as strong as Demon Dread or Ashamael was, or
I think they're the strongest.
And then the sad thing is that he just makes them more cunning.
And by the way, there's also the suggestion here that, or at least I thought it was a suggestion, that Ashamael, or that Moradin is Ashamael.
Yes.
Because there are several references to his sanity.
Yeah.
Not just that, but every time we've seen him, he's around fireplaces.
Yeah. Whoa.
I didn't even think about that, but that is true.
I did not think about that. I don't know why I said yep.
Yep.
He's always around fireplaces.
That's a long reference ago.
Yeah,
the mugs, are there always mugs around?
Right.
No.
The slightly crazy aspect, the other stuff. Yeah.
So there's not a lot of uncertainty any longer with the quote unquote new Forsaken.
Well, let's not forget Sindane.
Well, she's not a Forsaken. She is just Moradin's good friend who can channel.
Isn't she
a lot?
Well, then she be a Dreadlord? Because that's the reborn Forsaken, or they're going to create new Dreadlord. So is she considered a Dreadlord then?
No, when we first met her, which was very, very briefly, there was just...
Sindane?
Yeah, there was just the illusion that...
He's just a pet?
It's super weird because she's not one of the Forsaken, and she seems to be held in a mind trap, but she can channel a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, you've got to be...
So they don't know how to categorize. The other Forsaken have no idea how to categorize her.
Yeah. She's something. I think we suspect who she is, but I don't know how it works.
Well, we suspected that she was... We did. We suspected that she was Lanfear, and so did Demandred, but now he's second-guessing that.
Right, because,
I'm just hoping for it.
You're hoping that she is...
I want Lanfear back.
Lanfear?
Adam and I like us a little Lanfear.
Love Lanfear.
Now that Demandred is wondering whether or not she can actually be Lanfear because she doesn't seem to know some of the stuff that Lanfear should know, do you...
I thought it was just that she wasn't as strong, not that she didn't know
right, that's
stuff.
what it was, is that her strength was diminished. Do you have any... Do you have any concerns that she is not Lanfear?
I don't, and I was thinking about this, and I thought of a plausible explanation. When the other guys, so let's say it was Lanfear, and somehow she's brought back, and she's weaker in the power. Remember how Logain and Swan have had their stilling reversed, and they're weaker?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the same sort of correlation. Where she's less powerful because she's, respun, or maybe she was...
But she wasn't stilled.
we don't know that.
Died.
We don't know that either.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know anything.
If she's been reincarnated, the insinuation in this chapter is that she must have died.
She must have died, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe Erengar and Osengar are also weaker too, and we just don't know.
I have a question. Are the people that...
Maybe.
Are the folks that are getting healed by the men weaker?
Well, Logain was.
No, he's talking about...
No.
We just had Eben Hopwill.
Yeah.
Was it Hopwill who healed? Who was it who healed?
It was...
It's Hopwill.
I believe so. I believe so.
He's healed a couple of Aes Sedai now.
There was mention of that.
We don't know whether or not those... I thought about that too, Adam. There's been no inference as to whether or not those women have lost any strength in the one power. There's been nothing.
Yeah,
we've got no information.
I was simply going to the stilling aspect, not the healing.
I would be more interested in looking at Erengar and Osengar and seeing if there's any difference in their abilities, because there hasn't been any reference to that whatsoever.
There's been no reference to their ability, period.
Yeah, but except when they were first reincarnated.
Other than wearing really nice dresses that almost explode.
Right. That's Osengar, who is Balthamel, which is funny because he was the
Lecher.
The Lecher,
the gross one,
the very gross. one.
So
and the other one's just the mastermind behind the Trollocs.
No big deal. Right? Yeah. Sindane, and we get some of that too. He's super smart, but a little bit of a bookworm, and so there's some making fun of Erengar here for knowing a lot.
Studious.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Being a Forsaken nerd. Sindane reveals Rand's plan, that Rand plans on using the Cheatin or Choden, however you want to pronounce it, call.
Well, combine the two of them.
Let's not say Choden. I don't like Choden. That just,
well, there you go.
Ugh.
So she knows that Rand plans on using this, and she also knows that Rand plans on using Nynaeve, or at least a woman who's incredibly. She doesn't use Nynaeve's name, but she must know it's Nynaeve because she knows that he's going to use this incredibly powerful
ensconced
woman
somewhere.
Yeah,
to know this.
But the other interesting, so she's
interesting.
Clearly, somehow in their midst, or got
right.
somebody in their midst.
Yeah,
but we knew that though. Well, we knew that one of them is in Egwene's camp because she makes her appearance.
But we thought that is true, but that is not somebody close to Rand. So this person has to be close to
getting information about Rand from Nynaeve.
Yeah, but I don't know that Egwene. We don't know. We don't know how. We have no idea how long after Rand leaves with Nynaeve this meeting occurs.
No.
So that would be informative to how
the
close
Lanfear
/Sindane is to Rand.
Mamma mia.
But the other interesting thing is before Sindane and Morden come into the room,
I just want to see them hang out.
The other Forsaken also all seem to know that Rand plans on cleansing the taint. They don't know how, but they know that he is. So they
were worried about him
this.
hearing. Yeah, they were worried about him hearing them talking about it.
They got spies and spies.
So they also have spies everywhere. And then lastly, Demandred suspects that Grendel's dramatic response to the news that Rand plans to use the I'll use your word, Choden call.
Sure.
To cleanse Sidin.
Don't use Choden.
Okay. If we have to
Choden's
say Shook
awful.
or Willow, we're saying that. Deal with it.
Okay. All right. I'm on board with the Chode.
So
I'm sure
Demandred suspects that Grendel's dramatic response to the news that Rand plans to use the Choden call to cleanse Sidin is a cover.
For what, though?
And plans to keep a closer eye. He doesn't know, but he knows her, and she seems to be being slightly dramatic to him. So he suspects that she knew in advance, which would mean she also has a spy close to Rand.
And this all furthers the Lord of Chaos. Let him rule, because he loves dissent amongst his people.
It's just going to end up being men, and I'm going to be destroyed.
That would be terrible.
So these folks are tap dancing around each other, and it's time for us to do the chan.
Well, not only that, let's not forget that Demandred is all of a sudden thinking he needs to get rid of the Nameless.
Well, right, yes. I mean, they're all going to be plotting for that, every single one of them.
He's like, maybe he could die and just not find a body.
Was that Adam? They're taking him down to the river.
It's what is that movie with John Goodman in it and Denzel Washington?
Fallen, which I just watched a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like Fallen. You got to just get the bodies away from.
What's the name of the demon? It is
Azazel.
Yeah.
Azazel. It has one of the best lines of it. In any movie, someone's playing with my dick and no
is on my side.
Fairly certain.
These four are tap dancing around each other. Let's do a little chan of our own.
To chan.
To the chan.
So what we're going to do here is just kind of talk through. We get a lot better idea of what life is like in Shandar, what Shan Chan culture is like.
Annoying.
It's
backstabbery.
Really, really strict. Chapter 14, we learn that the
things are going well for people.
Or the Ryagel is those who come home, and
the return.
We know that these people believe themselves to be the children of Archer Hawkwing. That's the reason why Tuon has the name Pain Drag in her name.
She's the people of the sun,
because that's Hawkwing's last name or part of his name. So here they are. Tuon only saw her mother twice before the age of 16.
But she saw her siblings quite often when they were trying to kill her.
Her mom's Snow White's mother, so she was very jealous. She's the stepmother. Couldn't stand her beauty. She's like, keep her away. Keep her away.
Her oddly boyish
beauty.
Tiny doll beauty.
Right.
Her big brown-eyed beauty.
Bald pate beauty.
Almost, But she looks 16 when she smiles is one of the weirdest things I've ever read.
What does that even
sounds
mean?
like a rock lyric.
It means
From an
late
80s
it's
70s,
absolutely.
early
It sounds like a
80s,
Buddy
right.
Holly song, yeah. But it's
I was gonna say it's some
not a Buddy
Sting
Holly
lyrics.
song, but sure. No, but seriously, it's like, oh, she looks older when she smiles. She looks 16. Sweet.
Well, I guess we have to take
Well, yeah,
into
sweet
account that at
16.
that age, I mean,
Let's not get into
these,
that.
no, I'm just gonna at age
Yeah, I know.
people were getting married. So in these places,
Yeah,
Oh,
and
at
it's
13 too.
It's only creepy
let's
to
not
you.
go
It's she. It's just trying to create
It's
a contrast
only
between
creepy
how old she actually
to me.
is.
I glossed over that line real quickly.
You were
But it's
talking
only
about
creepy to me.
the,
I'm the
the
only
fighting
You're
that
the
she
only
had
one.
to do with her siblings.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had knife fights.
So she had
Many
well,
of- they
two
did
of her siblings
probably.
died.
No,
Yeah.
I meant
And then
I
amongst
thought it
them.
was more than two.
It was more than two. It was half of
Yeah.
them. Half of them
Yeah.
died, and two
Half
were
of the, what,
enslaved.
11?
I didn't take it that they died with each other. I
Yes,
just took
they
it
died from fighting amongst
did.
each other.
Oh,
They did. They
there
yes,
you go.
that's what that was mentioned.
in fighting.
Yeah. And this is just the way their culture is. We don't really know who Tuon is, other than the daughter of the Nine Moons, and she's more
No.
important than
What do you mean we
Serath.
don't know who that is?
Well, it keeps this
We
is
don't.
I,
We don't
I'm
know
going to
who
say this.
she is to Shan culture, other than she's
No.
super important.
We don't because it keeps being mentioned like hide yourself. You can't that
Right.
no one can know who you are.
Yeah.
You mean the
So
veil?
we know
the veil
and she's like
wearing?
I am and she doesn't care. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to put it on it, but it's fine,
Everyone's
whatever."
very
Well,
scared
no.
of her. So
Yeah, the veil.
Yeah,
the
I
veil,
agree. We don't know who she is because she is quite important.
Yes, she is.
she's a big deal.
Even
And
though
she's
both
hiding
she and
it. And guess
Serath are
what? She's
called
going
High
to be
Lady.
with Matthew.
Not
so
only
that's
that,
gonna
like
be weird.
with having that surname,
Mm-hmm.
that's the high. I feel like that's the highest of the high blood.
Well, I think it's what
Well, we don't
only
know.
under
I don't,
only,
do we know what Serath's surname is?
Pain drag.
Serath, not Tuon's.
Oh no, I'm Tuon's.
Oh, Saras? No, I don't. But it doesn't matter. Serath
Well, it
isn't
does
even,
matter because if it's also pain drag, then
Yeah.
it
well,
does.
what's
matter.
crazy about these chapters is that Serath is just painted in this not that important like picture.
She's
has
like
levels above
terrified
her.
of this woman.
Yeah,
Well, she's not as important as right. She's
Right.
not. I mean, obviously,
but
Tuon.
we haven't seen that before with her.
We have seen. No, we haven't seen that with her. We've seen Serath meet with a seeker who made her nervous. And
Sure, but she was always the like ultimate.
She was
being.
the big being,
Yeah.
the big honcho.
she is. She's the most important person on this continent. She is the one responsible for the wars and the Shan progress on this continent, which is why
Not-
Tuon is super
not gonna be
happy
good
with
for
the
her.
progress she made.
except for the
Yeah.
streets.
Yeah,
Those
except she's gonna have to bring her
messy
down
runny streets.
somehow.
Well,
Bring
the
it
other
on a peg.
crazy thing is that this arrival of the Shan with its defeat at Falma is far more successful than the Shan expected it to be,
Yep.
which makes you wonder they're way more
Who wrote
ahead
the
of the
Book of
game
Love?
right now than
Yep.
they planned on being, and we think they're pretty far into this.
They're way more ahead of the game, but I feel like by accident.
Yeah, they can't explain it other than Tuon thinks that Serath did an amazing job, but it's crazy
I don't
that
think
they
it's
had that.
I mean, they're coming back and they're bringing things that people have never seen. We can talk about it now. All these beasts that no one has ever
The
seen.
beasts.
That's
We'll get into
crazy.
that in a second. But I think it's
okay.
remarkable that we thought that they were defeated at Falma, and that was clearly anticipated. Not
Oh, I didn't
necessarily a
pick that up.
full defeat, but if these people think that they're farther ahead with the return than they anticipated being at this time, with that defeat calculated in, that means that they planned on they knew that this was going to be a long, hard fight, and they're prepared for it.
But the caveat to that is the beating they took at the hands of Rand.
But that's also calculated into this.
It wasn't. It wasn't because they said that was a setback.
But once again, that was within the
They're
context
still
of
doing.
them feeling like
They're
this
still
is
doing
way ahead
pretty
of the game.
well. They're doing good enough that Matt is just wandering around with them, acting like it's not that big of a deal.
Well,
just to
everyone
be
does.
around
Once
them.
you swear those
Right,
oaths, they
no.
think you're a
This is part of the
non-entity.
I
plan.
know, but it's weird.
Yeah, well, agreed.
It's smart.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's harsh.
Well,
it's
it's
a lot.
smart
It's
and
a
it's
it's a
stupid.
successful invasion.
Why is it stupid?
because you're trusting that everyone is just going to obey their word.
Well, no, they're not. What they know is that
They are highly egotistical. Highly egotistical.
that is true. I would just say that this is not an example of that. What this is an example of is the fact that what they know is that poor folk ultimately really just want comfort and peace. And if you give them that, whoever is ruling ultimately doesn't matter. And so the big mistake that rulers often make is they will come in and they will change the entire society, and that change in the I use the word poor folk. It's not the right word, but that change in
The commoners.
the common people's daily routine is what aggravates them and causes them to stir. And if you just let them go about their daily lives, they're not going to complain all that much.
And I suppose
So
that's
you want to
taking
live?
into account
You
that.
want to be with common people?
Well, that's
Yes.
just it. You're taking into
I do,
account that
Gavin.
all the people that you have as rulers are content to just sit there and be under your thumb.
Yeah, they're going to keep a really close watch on the rulers for sure. Just wait until one of these people does something.
It's really no. It's really scary how fast they've come in and changed things. But this stuff is just happening all the time. Rand did the same thing.
But what have they changed for the common people?
For the common folks,
Yeah.
I think that they maybe brought a little more food in.
Well,
Yeah,
it's,
and
the streets are
security.
safer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
The
it's always
changes
safer
in
when
the-
you're
is for
living
the
under a
powerful.
dictatorship.
yeah. No, I feel like they've brought a
Yeah,
little
that's-
more comfort into it. But Dave is right that the comfort is what you're talking about. The comfort comes with a price, but they're
There's
not.
a cost.
They don't care about it. Well, I mean, if you're having food and you never had food, that's
Yeah, I mean the cost is to be determined by those who have to bear it.
You know,
That's
Right, exactly.
that's who will determine what the
freedom
cost
is never something that you can deny the cost of. Freedom is always there, and if you don't have it, you never have it. Whether you say it matters to you or not, it's there. And the minute
I have no
something
idea. I've
goes
never lived
wrong,
without
that's
it.
when people are like, "Oh yeah, there was that thing called freedom."
yeah. Hopefully, I never
mean,
have to live without it.
freedom.
Right.
Freedom is relative. First of all, I mean, and so these people, most of these,
Freedom is as freedom does.
to each culture because no culture
I'm
is
just
100% free. They're being smart. What they're doing is they're coming in, and what they're planning on doing is and Matt notices it and he remarks on it. Their farmers are going to come in, and people are going to start raising families in this land, and you're going to have Sean Chan who have dug themselves in here, and you're not going to be able to get them out. The armies you
No.
can get out. The people much harder to do, and that's ultimately what they're planning on is just a cultural overtake.
Sure.
Yes, they want to retain power for sure, and it seems like they can successfully do that. Obviously, they've lost to Rand once, and Rand didn't bring nearly as much power to bear against them as he can.
No, he
They're
brought,
really
like,
good at this.
like 20 Ashaman.
Also, they fully believe that they're taking over a land that they
Was theirs.
was theirs. Yeah.
Yes.
So
And one could make the argument it was, but one could
Sure.
also make the argument that when you've been gone for several hundred years, maybe it's not really yours
And one can't really
anymore.
make the argument when you desert a land that it's yours anymore.
Yeah, now they didn't desert it. They got kicked out. Archer Hawkwing was, fled. So I guess because his armies were on the run. And I think it was his children who actually fled. He was I think he was
I think he was
killed.
dead, yeah.
Adam, you mentioned the Sean Chan beasts. So we've gotten descriptions of these things in and out of these books, but
A
here
smattering. Sure.
we get a full on description of the
like what they do.
And
Right.
how many there are, like a bunch of them.
Sure, but everyone is brought up, and then it just describes what they're good at. It's great.
Right. So
like
you've got the
Pokemon.
Quorum who are used in battle. You have the Shredit who are used for transportation. The elephants. You have the Rockin and the Toe Rockin who are
The
used for air
Lopar.
transportation and spying, and the
The Lopar.
the Lopar,
Yeah.
which are hyper intelligent And that's all we know. We don't
They
really
seem
know
like-
what they're used for,
Well,
other than
they seem
terrifying
like-
the
yeah.
locals.
I think you can pet them.
But not only that,
No,
That's what
you
they're good
can't
for.
pet them. Matt remarks that they constantly look like they're ready to eat somebody's face.
I wonder if
Yeah,
they're
they
like
have scales. You
defenders
can't
or
really pet
something
them.
like that.
They look like cats, but they have scales.
No.
so-
They're
Like
the
personal
Lopar are the
bodyguards.
ones that look like walking
Cats.
birds. No, the corum are the aren't the corum?
Grom.
No, there's corum as well. I think I
The
know.
Lopar
I
are
Oh,
know-
the ones that
cats.
look like giant ostrich. Well, they not ostrich. I can never remember the name of the flightless bird that is absolutely horrifying.
Oh no, wait, the
That's like a
Lopar, like
dinosaur.
the Lopar, are like the bears. They're like the bears. They're like hairless bears.
Oh yeah. There is one that's like a cat, and I can't.
Oh,
remember
it's the
what called.
corum. It's the corum that are wingless birds. That are the walking wingless birds.
Is it the
what
Grom
Dave
that are the
said, yeah.
cats then?
Yes, the grom
Yeah.
are the cats with
Scaled
the the
cats.
grom are the thing that look like toads.
They look
So
like
we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
even.
yeah.
So I take that back. We don't get all the creatures here. We just get the corum. We get the shredit and
Swear we got the kitties.
we did.
the Torm,
The Torm are the
animals, the cat-like things.
and that's the reason why, because all their names are very close
They
in
are.
spelling.
And if you say them like they do, they all probably
Right.
slur
They probably all
together.
sound the same too. So mixed amongst these are the Damane, and mixed amongst
Loving
the
their
Damane
lives.
is Rhonda McCura. Remember Rhonda?
Yeah,
She's the one who initially
doused the girls,
fork rooted Elaine and Nynaeve, right?
and now
She's the one
got
that
a
had
vendetta.
what was it? The yellow ribbon or
Yes.
the yellow?
Right, she was
it
a
it
spy for the
broomstick?
Yellow Aja that Elida found
Yeah.
out about, and found out that she wasn't able to hold on to Nynaeve and Elaine, so she punished her by sending her off to Ibu Dar, and now she's been captured by the Shan-Chan.
and she's probably got insights to give them.
She should be dead.
She should be dead.
The Shan-Chan will survive, but it's time for us to be taken to the mat.
Taken to the matrim.
So Matt now sees colors whenever he thinks of Perrin and Rand.
And Rand likewise. So there's some
So is
Taviran-
Perrin seeing colors when he thinks of Rand and Matt?
I would wager that would
I'm
probably
gonna think
be
that all
true.
the Taveran are now just getting psychedelic.
Yeah, well, it's that Taviran link, I guess, in a weird sort of way we've not experienced before.
Any new changes that you've noticed in Matt since he's had a building fall on him?
He's limping.
Well, yes, I mean, right. Physically, he's not the same, but that'll he'll recover from that.
I didn't. I mean, unless you're picking up on something I'm not picking up. No, he seems to be the same old Matt. He's not happy with the situation with the Queen, with Tylan. He's with Beslet. He's the same with his boys.
There's no explanation as to how he ends up back in Tylan's arms.
I guess someone found him. I thought they said.
Yeah, I'm sure he was found, but he would have been unconscious and barely.
And how they knew who he was.
I mean, eventually he would have come to, but do you think
Maybe
the
he was
first thing out of his
sleep-talking.
mouth when he returned to consciousness would have been, "Take me back to Tylan"?
No, he might have been like, "Don't take me back to
Right.
Tylan."
Right.
And the Shan-Chan are like, "That's exactly what we're gonna do."
There is the illusion through these chapters that everybody knows about him and his situation, so it's
Right,
quite
because she's telling everyone about him.
well, right, and his position as the quote unquote pretty is, as we learn from the innkeeper from the Wandering Woman, is part of the Ibu Darin tradition. So there's no stigma against him or against the situation.
No,
so
he's
it's-
like a jester to everybody.
I don't know. I don't think that people, the servants like laughing at him, but I think that has more to do with the way that he's handling the situation than anything. I don't think he's a laughing stock. I think that it's acknowledged as to what a pretty is supposed to be and how that works. I don't, and it's an accepted part of the culture.
Sure, but that doesn't mean it's not amusing. They're all amused by it.
And also I'm just getting at I think he's a pretty public figure. So
Yeah,
people,
agreed.
he could have just as easily been identified and brought back there.
Yeah. I just like the thought of him sleep talking. No, Tylan, don't take me back to Tylan.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That would be wonderful. I don't think it's the case, but that would be amazing. No more ribbons. No more ribbons.
Yeah, he's trying desperately to get out of there and thinks he's really close to achieving it, but this woman that he's going to marry is now right there by him. So I don't think that bodes well for him getting out of Ibutar.
No, not anytime sooner. Not without a great deal of trickery somehow. I don't know.
Well, and she would have to leave with him, or either that or this union between these two, and I don't mean marriage, is much farther down the road, I suppose, but that's not typically the way these books work. Yeah, Matt and Tylen's situation is just back to where it was. But now, during the battle with the Shan Chan, when the building fell on Matt, he lost eight of his red arms. So he's lost half of his red arms.
He had lost
Shan
those
Chan.
before. So what they're referring to there is the ones that died to the golem and the troops.
Okay, well, yeah, he definitely did lose. But I didn't think he lost. No.
Yeah.
Remember, there's the reference to the fact that the golem says that it can't bother with them, so it lets them go.
Remember, on the way in, they were not just to the golem, but there were other dark friends that they were fighting and got killed there. That's where the 8 are dead from.
Okay.
Oh, from the old building that was watched by the old man.
The stage.
Yeah.
By the old man.
The cache.
Yeah.
When they went to get the cache
It was
from
the
stage.
cache.
Cache.
Yeah. That was a bad time.
Yeah, it's been a little rough, but he's feeling better about things.
He's on
And
the
then
mend.
He has that savior Noel Charin.
Yeah, whoever this guy is.
Matt thinks he's familiar to him.
Right.
Yeah.
I might remember him. No big deal.
Is he somebody that they ran into, that he and Rand ran into while they were on the road? Because the guy tells stories like a Gleeman. Like, that's
Tall
not.
tales.
He's got to be a Gleeman.
He's
So
something.
was there somebody that they no
I don't know
recollections
that
from
they
either
were
of you?
in so
Not at
many.
all.
They were in so many inns playing music.
Yeah, I mean,
Right. Then they ran into that chode guy.
the closest comparison was that bad guy,
Right. Whose name
From the jailbreak.
Toad of Toady.
Toad Ofkin.
the
Yes,
guy
Toad
the
Oafkin.
guy at the inn who reminds me of Simon Legree
Yeah,
from the
Toady.
Magic Flute.
Something Toady.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No,
that was
I'm
a long
thinking
time
of-
ago.
The closest
right.
thing I can think
Yeah,
of
it
is
was back in
Old
Eye of the
Cully,
World.
and it's not Old Cully. So I
No, it's no.
Yeah.
but that's the closest.
No, that
physical
guy.
comparison.
It was that was the first book.
Yeah.
How,
was the
Howell,
first book?
Howell,
Yes.
Howell something. Howell Toady.
Howell Goad.
I hope
Yeah,
so. I
that's
hope
what
so.
I said.
Goade,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. Adam, were you happy to see have a return of the Matt?
In terms of what? The fact that he's back in this, or the fact that
Yeah,
he's
we
standing
haven't
up for
seen him in
himself?
forever.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in forever. He's my favorite character. I love seeing him back in the swing of things. I just don't understand. I'm concerned because this is what I'm concerned about. His relationship with Tylen
Howell
is
Goad.
concerning. So
HOWALGODE.
isn't that what was said?
I added an
spelling
A.
was. That's why I couldn't find him.
Go on.
Oh my gosh! But
White
Eric
Bridge.
named it. That's it. That's it. That's in the first book.
First
Yes.
book. White Bridge is the first book.
And you remembered that name?
He's not. He was from.
he came back another.
he
Came
was-
back in another one also.
Right. But
Well,
anyway, go on.
big
Oh,
deal.
that reminds me. There's also an allusion in here that the guy that they met the guy who blew himself up into a giant clown was a golem. What's the name of when they were
giant
in
clown.
Sheol Ghul and
Oh no, it's the reference isn't that he is a golem. That's the most similar thing that he saw to it.
I thought that it was that thing was actually a golem.
It can't be because it's
There's
Because
only
we
You
one
thought
at
it was
a
a
time.
clown?
not only that we know what that is. That's Matt's. That's what it Mashadar. That's what that is.
Yeah, the
So we
mysterious
know without a
Mashadar.
doubt that's
It was
Mashadar.
okay. Anyway, you're right. Yeah. So you're happy to have him back, Adam. We got
Oh my
into the
gosh, I have
tangent of
no
Howell
idea.
Goad.
Yeah, I have no idea where I was at this
You were
point.
just saying that he was. Oh, you were talking about him and you're worried about him in relationship to Tylen.
Yeah.
You're worried about him and
Because
Tylan? It's not who
no,
I'm worried
because
about.
this is how he's dealing with Tylan. What's going to happen with the daughter of the Nine Moons?
Nothing good is the answer.
He's going to
He's gonna
be,
be miserable.
and then his relation. I don't care about that. His relationship with Rand. What's happening
Doesn't it
with
seem
that?
like
then?
that's gone? Because he
No, he's
thinks
still
about
seeing
he
stars.
thinks right. I know, but the relationship itself, like he thinks
No,
about
but there
Rand
was
now as
comment to
like
the fact- but
some
there is
distant
comment to-
thing.
No, but he's still doing.
Yeah,
he's
but
obeying.
sure-
he's obeying
sure,
Rand's
Eric.
orders. He just got a
Yeah,
building
he
dumped on
is.
his
But
head.
there's also mention of the fact that he knew kind of inherently if Rand died that he would know
He
it
would know.
happened. So there is still a closeness
Well, that has I think
with the most powerful thing in the world that we know of. Although we keep discovering really powerful things. So
Right. Yeah.
well, but there's no doubt that Rand is the most powerful. Well,
I don't know.
let me
I
take
have
that back.
doubt.
That's actually
I have
know.
doubt.
Yeah, we don't know that. I think it's pretty clear that Matt and
You are
Rand
reticent.
are not as close as they were at the beginning of these stories.
Absolutely. 100%. I
But are-
agree.
but are
No, I
any
brought
of them?
that back.
No,
none
I don't
of
think
them
so.
are.
Yeah.
And I think that's
None of
mostly
them
on
are.
Rand.
I agree with you, Eric.
Some
but
of it's the
I was just
situation,
saying
but-
that he would still know that if he died,
Yes, he would.
He would
Yes,
die.
he
So
says
that
he
is still
remarks he
really
thinks that.
close.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
just Ta'Veren.
I think also the fact that you
sure,
can,
but
you
that's
can
a huge
still,
deal. No one else is Ta'Veren other than 3 of them.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
He's obeying
So-
Rand's. He's following Rand's orders, and you don't have to be
He's
close to
following
recognize.
orders.
You don't
He
have to be close
has.
to recognize that this guy's the leader of the world, and you're going to
No,
do it.
but that's respect.
I think he knows
Right.
who he is. I think he respects who he is. It's just it does suck. It's just
Rand has held
separation.
everyone out at
It's
arm's end, but
always
he
happened.
kind of has to because he can't have feelings for them
Rand's
to get his
got no
objectives
friends.
done. Which is,
Rand's got no friends.
Rand has to cry. That whole Rand has to cry thing.
this
Rand's not
is.
crying, just
It
on the-
feels
on
like
the
it feels
inside.
like we got Matt back right when we're about to lose him again to another woman. Sort of.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
I felt like we're going to lose him again.
I don't
to
want it
another,
to happen because this is how Jordan writes.
Another parent.
This is how
section.
Jordan writes, though. It's just gonna be. It's gonna be that, right? I hope not, but it will be.
Well, I mean, we do have this great thing going on
there's
with
one positive relationship. Well, 2. I think Nynaeve has a positive
Yes.
relationship.
Yep.
Elaine.
I think that's 2.
I think Elaine's
Elaine?
relationship with Rand is positive.
Well, I absolutely agree that they
Min.
all are, but
Min
they're
is-
very
Min, I think
confusing.
the Min Rand relationship
but
is the
those are
most
very
positive of
confusing.
anything.
All
I
right, well,
agree
we'll
with
have time to
Min.
talk about relationships later. I mean, let's stay with Matt.
Oh boy. Okay.
No. I just want to.
Well,
I just want to
sorry.
stay with Matt.
Right.
I like the relationship with Eludra.
Yeah.
Though that once
Oh,
again
my
is a
gosh.
little bit of objectification on Matt's part.
Well, that's Matt's
Yes.
MO. And so this
Yeah.
goes to what what we all discussed last week. And Eric, you and I were talking about this is we get a more concrete example of the type of women that Matt likes.
Oh, sure, and Tuon is not it.
Tuon is not any of that. Literally the exact opposite in every way, shape, or form.
Yep. So
Well, I mean, but Matt likes Tylan though.
Tylan's a woman, not a little looking boy.
I mean,
I don't think
Tuon
this
is
isn't-
very
I
skinny
do not.
and
I think
small.
you're going a little far with that.
No,
Dave.
no,
I don't
absolutely
think that,
not. Because what's his Jordan specifically in this chapter? Matt talks about liking a woman with curves. He likes something that you can hold on to. Blah 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 blah. Jordan is making
Sure.
a very strong point of this, and he's
Yeah,
specifically
no.
showing that this girl
I know Jordan
that
is.
he's going to apparently marry is the exact opposite of everything Matt likes.
Well, we don't know.
In
I
a
don't know
much.
if that's
about
bad or
her.
not. I don't know if that's bad or not.
Well, I don't. I don't think that there's a qualitative statement there. It's just.
I don't think it's
There's
good to be
also
attracted to a
also
little-looking
so
boy,
many.
but that's
There's
just me.
Dave. There
Well,
are
that's- yeah,
there are
that's where
so
you
many
lose me.
descriptions. No, there are so many descriptions about this person that this woman that are like, oh no, she's actually really pretty, and then
Cute,
Jordan is
I
just
think
saying,
would be.
We get a couple descriptions of her being pretty.
Yeah, or some.
Not
Or
so-
some
when
not
it's
so
important
many.
for like Matt thinks she is.
He thinks
She
she has,
does, though.
He thinks she has pretty
He finds her
features.
pretty in certain lights. Yes.
Yes, in certain lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big
With the
deal.
exception of her bald head and the fact that she looks
Because
like a boy
if-
and she has no curves. I can keep going here if you want me to.
Well, no.
Well,
we're,
I don't think that.
It's inarguable
I
that
think
she is a
that's-
contrast to the other women that Matt has been attracted to up to this point. Whether or not that matters,
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
you know,
sure.
I don't know.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Well, we
all
already
that
know
much.
he's fated to have it happen.
Right. So how
I
it
don't know.
happens will
It's
be
so
interesting.
funny. There were so many women that were presented in these chapters that were like, oh, this woman's absolutely bonkers pretty, but her
Mhm.
head is shaved.
Yeah, well, that's the
But then
Sean
they're
Chan
really
way. Well, parts of their heads were shaved.
Yeah, right.
She's
Parts
the
of their
only
heads are
baldy.
safe, and it's like, oh, that's
Right,
good. That's
which
just
is
different
something else that sets her
cultural
apart.
stuff. I like the fact that
Sure.
Jordan does that, but
Adam's just
it's
saying he
also-
likes bald-headed
just-
women. It's
yeah,
okay.
it's the bigger thing with Tuan is that she
No,
is
I think you
she's
could be
very
a
very
beautiful-
small. She's
And
very
boyish.
That is
she's very
Eric.
well as a right.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
this is continually brought up. It kind of reminds me of Dune.
I mean, she's conscious of it.
She should.
Yes.
Tuan is. So
She doesn't have Selucia's bosom
right. So
She's
or looks for that
really
matter.
smart, though.
as we bid adieu to Matt, we bid adieu to many of our characters. So it's time to say happy trails. Happy trails, former mistress of the ships Nesta Dinreus Two Moons and her blade master Barak. It was Nesta who married Lan and Nynaeve and made the agreement of the Bowl of the Winds. And it is their heads that are on spikes outside of Ibu Dar.
Oh,
What? Oh my goodness. That's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I mean, you know, Jordan does it the way he does in some of these instances where it
Well, he's
just
not
kind of
Game of Thrones.
I don't
would just
remember any.
randomly-
I
yeah.
I
honestly,
don't know, it has nothing to do with that. It's just
I
how
honestly
the-
don't remember anything
Right, she wasn't around.
that specifically dark.
Oh yeah. I think
Heads
mean-
on spikes, and that. I mean, there's
we've had
torture
heads
and
on
stuff like
spikes
that,
before
yeah, so-
in these books,
Yeah, that's-
but
no,
not,
I know, but
not somebody that we
that's
were
true.
this intimate with. So
Right.
Yeah, and to
I'm
have
so
that
intimate
lack of
that
a
I couldn't
send-off,
even remember exactly who she was.
and to have that lack of a send off is actually it's
Absolutely.
actually very unusual for Jordan.
That's great.
It is.
Yeah, unusual for sure. I don't think it's unique. I think there are probably other instances of it, but
I can't think of a one.
I can't think of either because it would be something that would be very minor like this that you'd have to
I
look up.
agree, but I celebrate this, and I celebrate you, Eric, for
Yeah, it's
bringing this
unusual.
up because that's
I'm not a fan of it, and not a fan of the fact that they're dead. I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan of that, but
Yeah.
they deserved better.
Speaking
in
of
the
people
writing.
you're not a fan of, who was your Coplin of the week?
oh, we're here.
Who's going first?
Dave.
Not me.
Well, Adam, here's your chance to talk.
Who was your Coplin of the week?
It is absolutely 100% without a doubt the daughter of the Nine Moons.
Oh,
She's creepy.
well,
She's stalkerish. She is
Okay.
narcissistic. She is power hungry. She's greedy. Nothing about her other than the fact that she's very intelligent and she's devious and plotting and has made her way through a very not great upbringing. I like nothing about her.
it's so. This is what I was going to say before. Is she should like Matt just showed up in what
She wants to buy him.
Tylen's room, and then or no, he showed up in his room, and she was just in there,
Just
and she was
checking out his
looking at
stuff.
his stuff, and then
Ashendari.
asked what this is and how did you get it?
She
And
thinks
Matt
she can
said,
buy
"Oh, I
everything.
just bought it." Okay.
She knows that it's Tylen's man and she wants to buy him. She just, I don't like anything about her whatsoever. Not a thing. And I'm going to
Not
have to deal
one
with this
thing.
woman quite a bit, apparently.
Oh,
So she needs a redemptive
absolutely.
arc coming up. Otherwise, this is going to be a reoccurring theme in my can't stand you sections.
Yeah. I mean, she's the product of a culture that sort of collides with what we appreciate
too
for
what?
sure.
Got
No.
trouble. right here
Capital
in
T that
Tuaf
rhymes with P
City.
and stands for Tuon.
Yeah.
Mine was Harina, the sale mistress who is meeting with
Interesting.
Cad Swain.
Okay.
She's being held against her will, to be fair to her, but and this is also probably a product of the chapters that we read in the previous episode, but I'm getting sick of these sea folk that think that they can just demand everyone else about and expect every other culture to suborn itself to theirs.
You mean not?
They're really
unlike the
getting
Sean
away
Chan?
with it.
Yeah.
They're really
Like the
getting
Sean
away
Chan.
with it, which is crazy.
Well, they're not getting away with it with Cad
Well,
Swain.
No.
But they do
No one
seem
is.
to be lording it over Nynaeve and Egwene. Well, not so much Egwene, but
Yeah.
Nynaeve for sure. And the other Aes Sedai that are around
They did
her.
with
They're
Egwene.
both miserable peoples. And I'll just point this out, by the by. I had Olver in these chapters, and I still chose Tuon. So that just tells you something of my level of disdain.
Well,
We didn't get much over.
Enough is enough.
we did. We got enough over to be an honorary mention.
Olver,
I'm just
resting his
saying,
face on bosoms.
honorary mention.
Yes, I'm with you on this one.
But also honorary mention the people that are asking how old he is, because
Right. Hey, they're checking themselves.
something is wrong with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Eric says, "Yeah, I get that.
So-
I get that."
Adam, who was your
I'm just
Coplin?
charmed by this real sweet boy. My Coplin was Matt because he's dressed up in pink ribbons.
Well, that he has no choice in the matter.
He
What do you
did
have
a
against
choice.
Pink?
I don't know. It's pink is not
I have
Adam's favorite
I have
color.
nothing wrong with pink. I have nothing wrong with
Well, you
pink.
cited the
He
fact
has
that the
some-
ribbons were pink as part of the problem.
He clearly has something wrong with pink because he burnt them all.
well,
Maybe he doesn't look good in
I think
pink,
also
Adam.
he's
Maybe
a little
he's
bit
an
more
autumn.
aware of than you are of what he had to do in that pink.
Matt is an autumn. He's not a
Yeah,
spring.
it doesn't go with his
He
skin
liked
tone.
it though. He liked that aspect of it, but then he was ashamed of being in pink. Embrace being in pink, dude.
This just goes along with Adam's noses. Yes, it's on track for Adam.
Now I
Uh,
wish I did have a nose last. Yeah, I had a nose
Hang
last
on to
time,
that
but
nose
No,
for
No,
another
you
time.
didn't.
Yeah,
you
it
didn't.
annoys
you
me.
wanted to,
It
but
annoys
you
me.
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
but at least he's trying to get out of it, and then realizes that hey, maybe this thing under the wooden board isn't enough of
Right.
a hideaway place.
Well, he's just concerned it's not very secure.
Yeah.
It's just
No kidding.
secured by its own weight and secretiveness. That's it. Those are the only
Yeah.
two things that keep it secure.
I don't get. Yeah.
So
he's
he's a
just
little-
so concerned
he's
about
a
being
little
around
worried.
for.
There's a lot of money under there.
There's a lot of something.
All right.
Yeah, there were gold
Level
pieces taken.
up, Adam.
Well, he
Aludra.
said-
I love Aludra as a choice here.
I love me some Aludra.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
I like her
I
accent.
feel like she
Yep, like
she
the
actually
accent.
talks to Matt. But she
Sort
talks
of.
and she withholds herself from Matt's charms.
Sort
That's,
of.
That's great.
Yep.
It's apparently not an easy thing to do.
Not
Right.
sort
Matt's
of.
quite the
She
charmer.
does. She
Matt's quite
she
the charmer.
enjoys herself to the level that she wants to.
True.
Which is
Very true.
wonderful.
She's a boss.
She's controlling
bee.
that, and then they're actually having real conversations. And she knows now. She are they all dead other than her?
She is now them.
I'm
As far as we
sure there-
know.
I'm sure there are
There might be a
some who
what?
fled,
But as long as
But-
she's around, they are
but the
around.
guild is gone. There is no
So
guild.
she's
anymore.
the one
She's
that
the
knows
guild.
this secret. Yeah.
No, I'm sure
So-
there are other. I'm sure there are other illuminators out there that know how to make fireworks. But
Maybe.
Fine.
the guild
I'm
is
gonna
gone.
give you I'm gonna give you a number of 50 out of
I'm gonna
this
give you
world, and
2
that's
or
a generous
3.
I think
number.
it would be less than that.
I'm going
Yes.
2 or
Yeah,
3.
I'm saying generous number of
Okay.
50,
okay.
and that's
That is
not a lot.
No, it's not.
in the entire world.
Yeah,
Depending on how many there were in the chapter to begin with, correct?
she is an important person.
I like her.
She is. And she's very important to Matt because she can help
She's
him make
great.
weapons to destroy the Sean.
I like her, and I celebrate this choice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm.
My level up was Solutia, Tuon's hairdresser.
Okay.
/ spy master / bodyguard /
Yeah,
all around
the hand-
butt kicker.
Slash
Wait,
I'm guessing.
Is she
attractive
That's
babe.
the hand. The hand is that what it's called?
No, she's
She's not the. Is she the mouth? Is she the mouth?
She is her dresser.
But I think she's more.
I know, but I thought she was also the hand.
She's more the Sojin. I know that, but she's her truth speaker.
There's two women that follow Tuon. There's Anath and Selusha. Selusha is the one who she is talking to at the beginning, who is there because she's her dresser.
Anath
so she's
is
the one that she's talking to.
Oh,
and then
that's
Anath is the
not
one
who
that
I'm
she goes
talking
up
about.
to up on top of the ship and berates her.
Yes,
Right.
that which is Anath.
Which makes her the truth seeker, the truth speaker.
But so is Selusha.
Selusha's the
is
one that
truth
Selusha's the
speaker,
one that
and
spanked her as a
Anath is
child. Yeah, Selusha's the one that spanked her as a child, and then she was like, if I had to make up all the times you spanked me, it would be awful.
That's the other woman. That's Anath.
No, that's
Anath is
Selusha.
older. No, Selusha grew up with Tuon. They're about the same age. Anath is the older woman that was assigned to her as she's the one that talks her down.
You're correct.
I thought Selusha was tied to her though from an early age.
Eric. You are correct. So let's just say that yes, she is the one that's berating her.
Obviously, the one who can speak truth to power and also has all sorts of other responsibilities. That is who my leveled up was. Dave, who was your leveled up?
Mine is none other than our male.
Love it.
What's his face? That's healing people. It's Dahmer Flynn.
Maybe not.
Then we were wrong with the name.
It's
earlier.
Dahmer Flynn.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I wasn't sure if it was even.
So you had the
Hopwell.
name wrong earlier. Yes, it wasn't Hopwell. It was Dahmer Flynn. Dahmer Flynn's the one that not just healed, but unstilled or whatever the word is we want to use.
Right. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Brought
Yeah.
back to life.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, he's. I mean, that's crazy. That's like it's the first example we've seen of the men doing that.
Second. This is
Yeah,
the second
well,
time he's healed
second.
somebody.
Yeah, I mean, being him is the first person who's been able to do that.
Yeah, and this is what I'm fascinated about is if we can actually figure out and if it's going to be brought up if they have their powers to full potential or not. So
Right.
I hope that's actually addressed.
Well, no, we know that people. Right. Yes, that the people that he heals, whether or not they're fully restored to their power. Yeah, that will be interesting. Along with our Erengar and Osengar after having died.
Right.
Right.
Have
I
they
wonder if
also been fully restored
I wonder if we
to their
ever
powers?
find that out.
I hope.
Well, we'll
do.
have to keep looking for it, and the minute we see it, we'll definitely take notice.
He's good about that stuff.
So that is chapters 13 through 18 of A Winter's Heart. Join us next episode when we'll cover chapters 19 through 24. Until then, may you rest in the Creator's hand.
May you know good hunting, young bull, and cheese to give you many cubs.
Doviende Setovius Gain.